Kia ora from New Zealand, everyone. I'm Donnalouise, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the love of puzzles. I just got back from Australia, where I competed in the Australian National Competition, a full day of speed puzzling fun, pairs, teams, and individuals. It was put on by the Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association. Now, if you're an Australian resident and you love jigsaw puzzles, whether or not you speed puzzle, you don't have to. If you leisurely puzzle, speed puzzle, or do both, you definitely want to check them out and consider becoming a member. I'll leave a link to their website and all their socials in the description below. They just have so many benefits for members. So if you buy a lot of jigsaw puzzles and you love doing jigsaw puzzles, you'll definitely want to check them out. In this video, I'm going to recap the competition. I'm also working on my members exclusive video, which is more of a travel vlog, behind the scenes practice video. If you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, there's a link in the description below that shows you all the perks, as well as you can click on the join button. I really do appreciate the extra support that the members provide for this channel, so thank you so much to them. The competition was one day. We started out in the morning with pairs. Then we did teams and finally individuals. For the pairs category, I paired up with Heidi. We had met for the first time at Worlds in Spain, and we managed to practice 2 speed runs the day before, which was really good. So for the pairs, you're given 2 hours to complete a 500-piece Ravensburger jigsaw puzzle. Ravensburger was the main sponsor for the event, so all the puzzles we did were from that brand. Now, first of all, I have to admit, everything I thought I knew about speed puzzling competitions, nah. Because if you were to ask me things like, would they use a licensed jigsaw puzzle with characters on it? I would have said no. Wrong. If you would have asked me, would they use an old jigsaw puzzle from years and years ago? I would have said no, they'll use earlier, more recent jigsaw puzzles. Wrong. If you would have asked me if they would use easier puzzles for, say, teams as opposed to pairs or individuals, I would have said no, they'll use the hardest puzzles for the teams. Wrong. So I am throwing out all preconceived ideas and that I have about what puzzles they will use in competition. The only thing that I know for definite now is if they give me the brand and the piece count. That's the only thing I know, and whether or not they're released or unreleased jigsaw puzzles. Besides that, every single puzzle from that brand and that piece count is an option. Practice them all. Practice the old ones, the new ones, the licensed ones. Practice the hard ones. Practice the easy ones, because you never know what they're going to throw at you. So, for example, for the pairs, we did this one. Typefaces by the artist Hugo Maciel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you were to ask me, this was the most difficult jigsaw puzzle in the day. I would have expected something like this to be more for teams than pairs, but you just never know what they're going to give you. So Heidi and I had 2 hours to try to complete this jigsaw puzzle as fast as possible. Let's watch the time lapse with voiceover to see how we did. I thought we were so cute in our matching shirts, and I loved the little purple background that was there. We actually had a few seconds before starting to chat about the puzzle. We got to see the puzzle for a few seconds. We sorted and we pulled out a bunch of reds, blues, the border. Heidi was doing the border, and I don't know why I started with the red. It was one of the colors that appeared the most often in the puzzle, and I really had to wait until she was done with the border before I could put those red pieces in place. And Heidi was really good at me just putting pieces approximately where they went, and she was fine with that. She worked around that. It was great. But then she was trying to do the blues, and there were just so many, so she moved on to doing specific textures and colors like the green hair and the yellow around the astronaut, and I kept plugging away with the reds, and I did get through them, but it was a bit slow going. And then Heidi with the blue realized so much blue, we'll do that later, so she focused a lot on the yellows, put out the yellows and oranges for us to do, and then we concentrated on features like eyes, nose, mouth, and I kept doing certain colors, like I think I'm working on the oranges right now. But eventually Heidi said, I need to sort by piece shape. And so good that she did. I've learned that from Jeanette as well. If ever you're feeling stuck or frustrated, sort by piece shape. It will really help. But by this time I had done so much of the red that I kept pulling out all the red pieces and I could quickly figure out where they were going. But once Heidi had all those piece shapes sorted, she is very good at figuring out what type of shape goes where. And you see, if you watch her finger, you'll see where she's pointing, where she's focusing, and she'll find the piece that goes there. Whereas I was still focusing on, you know, what was on the piece. Like I would pick a piece and go, okay, this has, you know, a dark color and a light color, where does that go? So I was focusing more on the image, she was focusing more on the shape, and together I thought we did so well and knocked this out of the park. Perhaps a bit slow going with all that red at start, but in the end, I was so pleased with our time. 50 minutes and 11 seconds for such a tricky and difficult jigsaw puzzle. I was so happy, over the moon. I thought we did great. I love the smile on her face. I love this image. Now, at the time of recording this, I don't have all the official results and I don't have all the official photos that we're taking at the event. So I'm just using what knowledge I have for the top 3 results and my own results, as well as the photos that I took at the competition. I didn't want to get in the official photographer's way and block their way from taking really good photos. So I'm quite at a distance and I'm using some screenshots as well from the live stream. So sorry about that, not the best quality photos and that I don't have all the results, but they should appear soon on their website. I have some notes here, so apologies I've looked down. First of all, the top 3 pairs, amazing. Third place, Sarah and Rice came in at 38 minutes, 32 seconds. So fast. Second place was Melanie and Melissa, 36 minutes, 23 seconds. And first place was Katrina and Hannah, I believe a mother-daughter duo, 34 minutes and 19 seconds. Well, bravo to them. Heidi and I'm so pleased. We placed 20th at a time of 50 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, they did have 160 pairs registered, but only 150, I believe, had a final result entered. So perhaps some people didn't show up or they left before the 2 hours and they didn't have their time recorded. But 20th out of 150 recorded results, I was so pleased with that. I was so happy because I found this jigsaw puzzle to be tricky. It was trickier, and to tell you the truth, I didn't even realize that the alphabet appeared in everybody's faces. That was only after the fact. You're so busy focusing on the jigsaw puzzle that those little details just sometimes don't come to you. But I was so pleased with our results. I had so much fun puzzling with Heidi. I thought we did very well. Yeah, so we came in 20th out of 150, and I do plan on redoing this with Allison. And it is a lovely jigsaw puzzle. I think to do it leisurely, people would have lots of fun. So if you can find it and get your hands on it, do so. I'll try to see if I can add it to my Amazon storefronts. There's links to those in the description below, because I really enjoyed it. So you can always find it there. I haven't looked up yet to see if it's available, but if any of these are, I will add them. The next event was teams. You could be up to 4 people, have 2 hours to complete a 500-piece Ravensburger puzzle. Now, if you would have asked me, I would have said, for teams, 500 pieces, they're going to give us the most difficult jigsaw puzzle possible. A nature edition or a solid color puzzle. I prepared myself for the worst. And I think by doing so, I was actually calmer on the day because when the puzzles appeared, I was like, oh, that's doable. I can do this. It's not as bad as I expected, but I really did prepare for the worst. Now, if you also would have asked me, would they reuse a jigsaw puzzle that had been used at another major competition recently? I would have said, no, they won't reuse a jigsaw puzzle like that. I was wrong because look, they used My Loyal Friends. This is just licensed from MGL. This was one of the jigsaw puzzle at Worlds 2 years ago in 2022, I believe. And this is my copy that I already owned. And I had done this jigsaw puzzle twice before, at least. But I didn't recently practice it because I thought there was no way they would reuse this jigsaw puzzle. So Seriously, from now on, I'm keeping all my jigsaw puzzles, especially the Ravensburger 500 pieces, and I'm practicing all of them because you just never know what they're going to throw at you at a competition. Now, our team was made up of Jigsaw Juby, of her friend Tash. I'll leave Tash's Instagram in the link below. I always goof it up. I'm not sure if it's Tash Puzzle Diary or Tash Puzzle Diary, but definitely go check her out on Instagram. And then our fourth teammate was Sarah Schuler from the United States, who had done so well at Worlds. And it was just so much fun puzzling with everyone. I love puzzling with different people. I almost use it as a learning experience. We managed to practice one puzzle together the day before, and I'll include all that footage in the travel vlog for the members exclusive video. But we're given 2 hours to try to complete this 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. So let's watch the time lapse and see how we did. So Kelly recorded us at the start of the puzzling event. He was up in the balcony. So not the best footage, but you can see from up in the balcony. And Nicole sent me this photo as well that she took. We picked a table at the front, although not the brightest light, the least amount of shadow. We actually had quite a few seconds, maybe even a minute, to talk about the puzzle before we started, and we decided who was going to work on what. Sarah did the border first. We sorted all the pieces, gave Sarah the border. I grabbed like all the books and the telephone, all the lower part of the jigsaw puzzle. Juby focused on that vase and the flowers. Tash was grabbing all the pieces that had the different photo frames with the different dogs in them. And we piled up the pieces of black dog fur to do those at the end. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. Everyone did so well. I was so impressed how well we all puzzled together. This having been only our second puzzle we'd done. And I quickly learned that to not knock hands, because Sarah and I were working in a very similar area. I would reach underneath her and she would reach over top of me, because I was like, oh, should I just tell her this is a piece that goes on the postcard with the dogs, or should I just lean over and put it in myself? It ended up working quite well. I would just lean under her, place the piece, and luckily we didn't knock one another in our arms. So I was, it was quite impressive that we could all get our hands in there on a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. Juby knocked out those flowers in that vase, the trickiest part if you ask me. Tash did great on all those photo frames and dogs. Sarah, just amazing, amazing. And knocked out at the end the black dog fur. That was what we left to the end. I think a lot of teams left that until the end. The trickiest part of the jigsaw puzzle. I am glad that I had done it twice before, and I loved how we kept moving the puzzle closer to where everyone could be in reach. Kelly was filming here right at the end. He was gonna capture us finishing, but then he heard Heidi's team finish. They finished 7 seconds before us, and then he managed to come back and catch us finishing. And no one did a team dance, unfortunately. We didn't think about it. We were just too excited. But I'm so pleased with our time. 21 minutes and 24 seconds. Just, oh wow, incredible. I don't think I ever puzzled that fast in my life. I love this photo. Everyone just so happy. Everyone did so well. And the teams, can you believe how fast everyone was? And I loved all the team names. Global Peace Initiative, Living on the Edge, Fast Fingers. I wish I remembered what Heidi's team name was. I actually don't. I need to messenger her and ask her what her team name was, because I don't remember it, and they still don't have the official results out yet. But they should have them on their Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association website soon. So I have my notes here with the results, and wow, the times recorded for the teams was insane. Now, if you ask me, I felt like this was perhaps the easiest jigsaw puzzle on the day, but is that because I had done it before? Maybe. Juby, I believe, has a copy of it, but she had not done it. And I think Sarah may have said that she has a copy of it, but she hadn't done it. I was the only one on our team that had done the jigsaw puzzle, and that's maybe the reason why I found it the easiest. However, that being said, I found these flowers to be so tricky, and Juby knocked them out no problem. And there was animal fur, but I didn't find it so difficult this time because I mostly worked on other things. Now, the times, wow, I mean, seriously. Third place, Global Peace Initiative with 20 minutes and 23 seconds. Second place, Living on the Edge with 19 minutes, 57 seconds. First place, Fast Fingers, 19 minutes, 6 seconds. I mean, how is that possible? We came in fifth. I'm so pleased with that, with a time of 21 minutes, 24 seconds. So I think the difference between first place and us in fifth place was just over 2 minutes and maybe 18 seconds. And in fact, Heidi was on the team that finished fourth. And I think there was just 7 seconds between her fourth place team and us in fifth. There were 77 results recorded for the teams, but only 80 teams actually had registered, but some may not have showed up or they left before the time and didn't finish the puzzle. But wow, can you believe it? That was just like a flash. Afterwards, I was like, I don't know what just happened. I have never puzzled with people puzzling that fast. It was insane. It was so much fun. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I just want to thank Tash, Juby, Sarah for teaming up with me, as well as Heidi for pairing up with me. I loved puzzling with all of them. I think I learned a lot. And I had so much fun at this event. And then finally, it was the individual event. Well, I never thought they would give us like a Disney, like a licensed branded jigsaw puzzle. So I was not expecting this. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. This one, it's from the Disney series. It's just called Disney Family, and it's just copyright of Disney art. Well, I've seen this jigsaw puzzle before, but I've never done it. And I do believe it comes in 1,000 pieces as well. I don't know. This is from 2010. 2010. I would never think they would give us a puzzle that was this old. And that's why now I'm just practicing and preparing with every jigsaw puzzle. If they give me the brand, I will try to get as many puzzles from that brand as possible. If they give me the piece count, then I know that. But besides that, it can be from any time, any design, any artist, any style. Just don't discount anything. The only thing I know for sure is usually at Worlds for the finals, they're unreleased jigsaw puzzles, so there's no chance I could do them before. So it's individuals. We're given 3 hours to complete the jigsaw puzzle. And I was, again, prepared for the worst. The night before, I had done Balloon Party, which is the golden retriever in the wheat field with 3 balloons. And I just said, I prepared myself for the worst. So to tell you the truth, having these 3 jigsaw puzzles, I was very pleased. I was a lot calmer than I was at Worlds. I wasn't so panicky, and I really enjoyed it. And I think this being just my 3rd in-person competition, I did a lot better. And I think with every subsequent competition, I hopefully will do better, in the sense of staying calm and keeping my nerves calm and not getting so overwhelmed. So we'll see. My next in-person competition is Masters in February. So we'll see how we go there. But for now, let's watch the time lapse and see how I did on the individuals at the Australian National Competition. Kelly recorded the start. And I love that I was next to Juby, Heidi was there, the other Australian friends were all there. I just felt like I was surrounded by so many people that supported me, which I thought was great. I love this jigsaw puzzle, my style, and I thought, you know what? Stay focused, stay controlled. Kept the pieces in the bottom of the box, sorted out the border, put them to the side, and I literally built as I sorted. Heidi likes to call it pick and place. I was picking up pieces and placing them down, pick and place, pick and place. There were very few pieces that I couldn't figure out exactly where they went right away. And I showed this video to my sister. One of her comments was, "They don't give you enough space on the table to puzzle." And I'm like, no, yeah, that's how much you get. And then she was like, "Why didn't you do the border first?" I'm like, the border was a repeat pattern. It would have been the most difficult thing to do first.
Definitely save that for the end. I thought I did very well at this puzzle. It was my style of puzzle, and it really helped that I knew the characters. I think it's only my second Disney jigsaw puzzle that I've done in the past, I'll say 7 years. I don't know why I don't gravitate towards them. It's not that I don't like them. I think they can be quite expensive here in New Zealand, and I never expected one to show up at a competition. But I loved it, absolutely loved it. This puzzle is from 2010, so it's quite a bit older. I literally just grabbed a piece and I go, oh look, it's the ducks. Okay, up here. Oh look, it's Snow White over here. Oh look, it's Dumbo over here. Eventually, I got to know the image and I knew the characters, so I knew exactly where they went on the jigsaw puzzle. I was so pleased with myself. I did not focus on those gold frames. I have a feeling if you started this puzzle by trying to separate the different style of gold frames, you would just get trumped up and slowed down. And so I focused on the characters on each individual piece. And I just love watching this time lapse and seeing it come together. This is the perfect build as you sort. And I thought maybe I had like 20 pieces that I didn't know exactly where they went, maybe a few more, but not a lot. You can see I'm putting them in, and then just the border pieces. And I quickly realized two sides of the border, there was a skinnier part of that bluish green and then a thicker part of that bluish green that appeared next to the gold. So it was easy enough to do, but in the end you just got to try to get the pieces in as fast as possible. And I am so pleased with my time, 1 hour, 4 minutes and 1 second. For me, that's a faster than average time, because I typically average, 1:15 to 1:25. And how exciting of a finish. 48 minutes, 30 seconds, Amy, 3rd place. Grace, who was absolutely lovely, so excited, 48 minutes, 20 seconds. She was so happy to be there, so excited, so lovely, so nice. And Melissa. Melissa is a sweetheart, a dear, 46 minutes and 5 seconds. Just blew me away with how fast they all were, and I got this lovely image of the 3 of them together. Such lovely people, so much fun. I had a blast just puzzling with everyone at this competition.
So I have the results right here in front of me, and I mean, I can't take the smile off my face. I'm really proud. I just feel like I redeemed myself from the performance at Worlds, and this is the thing. I just put pressure on myself to perform. No one else's. It's just me towards myself. And when I opened this jigsaw puzzle, I thought, I can do this. And I said, just do what you would do at home. So you know what? I dumped the pieces gently on the bottom of the box and kept them all contained. And I said, let's see if I can make out the detail and just place, build as I sort. Pick in place, build as I sort. And it was going beautifully. I put the border pieces to the side, and in the end, there were maybe 20 pieces that I wasn't sure exactly where they went right away. And the reason why it works so well with this jigsaw puzzle, they're characters. And I recognize the characters. So if you're familiar with the characters, that's such a benefit and a bonus. And in fact, I have a pretty good memory. So I haven't really looked at this box. If we just look at it right now, up here, I know it's Dumbo, then it's Winnie the Pooh, then it's Peter Pan. Then down here, there was the Lion King, the Dalmatians came first, and then Lady and the Tramp and the Jungle Book. And here it was Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, the bigger princess. Over here was Cinderella. There's Bibbidi Boppidi Boo, Godmother, Hook. Then there's 4 smaller circles with princesses. And I think it was like Ariel and Sleeping Beauty. I don't remember if I think it was Jasmine. Was it Jasmine or Pocahontas? Jasmine or Pocahontas, and then there was Beauty and the Beast, and then the big ears and the face makeup, Mickey Mouse, and there were a lot of the ducks and Donald Ducks and Pluto and Goofy's family. And so looking at the box for a little bit to start, then after that, I just knew where the pieces went because I knew the characters. So for me, I felt this was one of the easier puzzles to do. It was a nice surprise. If I were to compare my time on this puzzle to my loyal friends, this was easier for me. So on the day I felt my loyal friends was easiest just because I had seen it before. But if I were to compare my times, my first times, this was the easiest jigsaw puzzle for me. So it was so great that I got it during individuals. I absolutely loved it. So I have the times written down here in front of me. So fast, so amazing. Now, Amy came in third place with 48 minutes and 30 seconds, but she had one missing piece. So she actually was 48 minutes, 20 seconds, but had the 10 seconds added because second place, Grace, who was so lovely and so happy to be there and so excited, loved her. She actually tied Amy at the 48:20 mark, but because Amy missed a piece, she had 10 seconds added. Oh, heartbreaking. However, since the competition, I've actually seen someone post a photo of like, oh, we found this piece and oh, we found that piece. So they do often find pieces on the floor. And oh my goodness, can you believe it? They actually tied for second, but third had a 10-second penalty, came in at 48:30 for Amy and 48:20 for Grace. And just so exciting. Nail biter, loved it. And then Australia's fastest puzzler was Melissa. Melissa, who was in Fast Fingers, the #1 team, and second place pairs with Melanie. And Melissa completed the jigsaw puzzle in 46 minutes and 5 seconds. Well, there were 160 individuals registered and results. And I'm so pleased with my 23rd position. I'll take it. Are you kidding me? I'm riding that high all the way to Worlds next year. 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 1 second. That's a really good time for me. That's a really, really good first time for me. I was so pleased with that. I just loved the entire competition, everything. And at one point during this puzzle, I shared a table with Juby. And at one point, Juby just said to me, "You're doing really well." And I didn't have my headphones on. That was something I did different this time. I thought having my headphones on calmed me down too much and slowed me down. I wanted to hear the noise of the crowd and the clapping and have a feel of what was going on. But I didn't want to see the timer, so I was in the side room where I couldn't see the timer. Well, when Juby said, "You're doing really well," I looked at my pieces and I thought, yeah, I think I'm doing really well. And I looked up and I looked at Juby and I looked at some other people and I could see what they were doing. And I thought, oh, wow, I am actually doing quite well compared to what I could see the people around me. And I panicked for a minute. I went, oh my goodness, I'm doing well, I'm doing well, I'm doing well. And I went, calm down, it's okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Whew, and I had to center myself for a second because I didn't realize I was doing quite well. And I'm so pleased with that. I feel a little redeemed from my performance at Worlds. I know. So I'm setting myself up a little personal challenge. What do you think? I'm still trying to get the Lupins under 90 minutes. I've done it twice, so we'll try for attempt number 3 and hopefully soon. But I think that this Disney jigsaw puzzle could be my first that I get under an hour mark. Now I do realize it wouldn't be the first go at the puzzle, but I've never done a jigsaw puzzle 500 piece under the hour mark. So close. My fastest time was 1 hour, 39 seconds. I do think I could do this under the hour mark. So now my personal challenge to myself is get Lupins under 90 minutes and get this Disney under the hour mark. I've done this one once now. I've done Lupins twice. And I'll probably do like some short videos, challenge update, personal challenge update. What do you think? How many more goes do you think it'll take me to get the Disney under an hour, if I ever do it? And Lupins, I told myself it could take up to 10 times. You all were much nicer. You thought I could do it a lot faster than 10 times. I'm hoping maybe within 5 more tries I could get the Disney, but who knows? It's just fun. I'm just trying to challenge myself for fun. I had so much fun at the Australian National Competition. The organizers, the volunteers, everyone from the Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association, everyone was so nice and friendly. So many people coming up, saying hi, taking photos with everyone, making new friends. It was so much fun. If ever you can make it, even if you're not a speed puzzler, just go and have fun. People just sat there and just puzzled, and we all encouraged them. And it was just a lovely, lovely environment. It was just, I can't say enough. I don't even have the correct words or the right words to express how much fun, supportive environment, just lovely it was. And again, I want to thank Heidi for pairing up with me, and Juby, Tash, and Sarah for teaming up with me. That was so much fun. Crazy, what a week. And yeah, I think my next competition in person will be the New Zealand Masters in February. That's a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, so individuals and teams. So I'm gonna start practicing on that. And it's not a brand I believe we're familiar with, because I do think they get the jigsaw puzzles made by Venus Puzzles. And then the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers will be coming up. Stay tuned for December 1st. We'll start releasing details. I do hope many of you will take part. And just remember, if you're a fast puzzler, a slow puzzler, a speed puzzler, a leisure puzzler, person who does both, I do both. If you enjoy small puzzles or big puzzles or medium puzzles, it doesn't matter. It's very inclusive. We just want to puzzle with you all. And I love the idea that we're all doing the same jigsaw puzzle together. So, I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. I'm still smiling from this trip. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing. And until next time, ciao!